You know, a couple months ago I had finished a script all about how amazing the Sonic 06 intro was, but you know what, I feel like it might be a lot better if I just talk about Sonic openings as a whole, because let's be honest, these things went hard back in the day. Now that's no knocking on any other Sonic intros nowadays, you know, with the TSR opening and stuff like that. Some of that stuff still goes pretty hard, but let's be real. If you're a Sonic fan or if you're not a Sonic fan, these openings, especially that Sonic Unleashed opening, that's a beautiful opening. Everybody agreed that these were some beautiful openings, and I feel like I should take the time to discuss this. So let's talk about what makes these openings so great in the first place. Well, they embody Sonic the Hedgehog. If you know Sonic the Hedgehog, he's a character all about swag. He's a chill, low-key, fast kind of character, and I feel like every single one of these openings back then embodied that, and they just showed off his character in the most beautiful way they could. Let's take a closer look at Sonic Unleashed, for example. Now that opening was amazing for multiple reasons, but specifically, it highlights Sonic's speed. If you send this 6-minute video to someone who knows virtually nothing about Sonic the Hedgehog, they'll know everything he's about. Speed. Now we all know that Sonic is the fastest thing alive. But that's not all. We see Sonic smile as he's getting attacked by Eggman and also make a few jokes when he thinks that Eggman has been defeated.
If you played nice, I wouldn't have to break all your toys.
But I'm gonna be real with you. I think the coolest thing about all these Sonic openings is that they seem to follow the same formula. They all have different concepts and different ideas that they're trying to portray in the opening, yet they still come to the general idea. Sonic is fast and Sonic is cool. Through various openings alone, you can see multiple sides of Sonic's character. Each opening kind of encompasses just the general idea of how Sonic the Hedgehog should be, and I think that's amazing how they did that. The Sonic Riders intro also does a great job of showing this by showing a different side of Sonic the Hedgehog. One scene in particular, we see Tails getting bullied by the Babylon Rogues, and in this scene, Sonic actually turns back when he sees this and goes to save his friend. Sonic saving Tails is an excellent demonstration of friendship, and not only that, but you also realize they're in a race, so Sonic literally turned from his position to go save Tails. In just this one scene alone, we see how much Sonic really cares about teamwork. Sonic also does this again in the Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing opening, where we see Eggman is shooting missiles at Tails and Sonic blows them all away just to save his friend. Now aside from both these games being racing games and Sonic is in them, sequentially they have nothing to do with each other. So it really speaks volumes that they paint the same picture. It just kind of shows that teamwork is really a reoccurring theme in the Sonic the Hedgehog universe. Speaking of teamwork, Sonic Heroes illustrates this in every single way possible in that opening. In the Sonic Heroes opening, every single team is given a moment in the spotlight where they illustrate just how much they work together and what kind of team they are. When it comes to gameplay, each team is about the same, but when it comes to personality, character, story, and background, they're vastly different. Oh, and of course the opening illustrates this. In this opening, we can see every character just about save every single character. Tails saves Sonic at the beginning, Knuckles saves Sonic and Tails, and then Sonic saves all three of them in the end. Then again, we see this happen with Shadow the Hedgehog and Rouge, where Shadow saves Rouge from the explosion coming from Omega, and the team is actually fighting and then Rouge unites them all together. Now obviously this game's big factor was teamwork, but to see a game highlight teamwork and to see that being illustrated in a opening for Sonic the Hedgehog just kind of shows that Sonic the Hedgehog is all about teamwork. I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but these openings really just illustrate Sonic the Hedgehog and just paint the picture for you. Now, for the past couple of openings, I talked about Sonic being a friend and also a team player, but I didn't really talk about the other aspects of Sonic that were highlighted in other openings, like, for example, the Sonic CD opening. In this opening, we see Sonic not only being extremely fast, but we also see him being an explorer. Sonic travels to an off-world planet known as Little Planet just by, you know, jumping on a few falling metallic pieces and crumbling rocks from the planet there. I mean, it's no big deal. We do this in gym class every week, guys. This is just light work. But in all seriousness, though, they showcase Sonic's abilities, talents, and personality just through this 1 minute and 34-second video. We also get to see a completely different take in the game Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, the last intro I want to talk about for the content portion of this video is the Sonic Adventure intro. Now this one stuck out to me in particular because, to be honest, there's a lot going on here. In this one intro, we're presented with 8 different characters: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Big, Gamma, Chaos, and Eggman. Each of them kind of had their own little segment, but some are just shorter than others. While it isn't the longest Sonic intro, it's kind of the most chaotic one. In this short 1 minute and 48-second opening, there's a lot that goes on. It starts off generally calm with the music being rather ominous, but then it gets really intense and really aggressive. Everything that happens in front of you is just almost as if it's like a blink because it's just going so fast. And one thing that really sticks out for the trailer is that there's water everywhere. Content-wise, there's a couple things we can pick up from this opening, but one word particularly stands out: chaos. Not only is this opening extremely chaotic, it's also the name of the main boss of the game, Chaos. Now we know he's the main focal point because we see water everywhere, and Chaos is a water monster. Aside from his cheeky smile in the middle of the opening and his daringness to do just about anything, we really don't see Sonic do a whole lot in this opening. Of course he does his main thing, which is running, but he doesn't really do much of anything else. But I believe this opening really works because this is a different kind of formula than the other intros I already mentioned. The intros I mentioned before showcase Sonic's abilities while also telling you a story. This one strictly tells a story. I hate to be that guy, but just like how we have different gameplay formulas, I believe we also had different opening formulas. Another intro I believe falls underneath this category is the Sonic and the Black Knight intro. Now, most intros will fall under the first category rather than the latter, but that's just a general idea. With that being said, I want to talk about the visuals of some of these openings. Much like Sonic's gameplay styles, we have variety here. The first style of animation I want to talk about is the 2D style of animation used for games like Sonic CD and Sonic Riders. Now with these two openings in particular, even though they have the same style of animation, they have completely different art styles. Oh, and not to mention one of them is classic Sonic and one of them is modern Sonic. I'll leave that up to you to determine which is which. But anyways, the Sonic CD intro has more of a story, as we can kind of see that there is an intro and an outro. We can kind of see the conclusion of the events that happened in the game Sonic CD. In the beginning, we kind of had Sonic go up to Little Planet, and then we had Sonic come down with Amy Rose. And I'm gonna be real with you, in both the intro and outro, they do a great job of just illustrating Sonic's character. There's a reason why this illustration is amongst the fan favorites for Sonic fans. I mean, this illustration of Sonic was even named after the animation studio in Japan that made Dragon Ball and One Piece animes. This Sonic was given the name Toei Sonic. Going back to the visuals here, Sonic is illustrated extremely fast, and he's illustrated at full every single time. In nearly, if not all frames, Sonic is fully drawn out, and they use parallax to make it seem like he's going even faster than he already is. They also have Sonic interact with water at one point where it just seems like this is really cool because it's not just he's running on ground, he's hopping on water, so it's like an extra thing for the animators to actually have to animate. Sonic interacts with a variety of different environments such as breaking rocks, going through water, and all sorts of other stuff, and I think that really makes this animation stand out. I mean, 2D animation is something to behold because 24 frames for every second of animation. Oh my goodness, these animators are going overtime with this, John. But knowing that information really helps you to appreciate it a lot more. And with that being said, let's move on to the other 2D animated intro I want to talk about, the Sonic Riders intro. The Sonic Riders opening, aside from the characters, has a very dull background, at least in the beginning. At first, while being nothing other than gray and black, it's a perfect contrast to the bright characters. And after they get started on their extreme gears, we're hit with waves upon waves of color. It's basically like a rainbow water wave. This intro is really cool because its lack of color really brings out its appeal. Starting dark and dim eventually brings out an onslaught of vibrant colors. And of course, there's still that amazing music in the background, and for some reason I feel the need to point out that the music matches when Tails is falling. I just kind of thought this was funny when I was younger, but either way, the music matched awesomely with the animation, and all in all, it just really tied it all together. This is definitely one of my favorite openings of any Sonic game. I've always been kind of a sucker for 2D animation, and watching this animation over and over again definitely doesn't help. The art style, the expressions, the colors, the transitions, all of this compiled together in one short 1-minute opening makes me remember not only how much I'm in love with this opening, but also how much I really like Sonic. Every time I see someone draw on the Sonic Riders art style, I get super hyped because it's one of my personal favorite art styles in the entire series. I would have loved some sort of Sonic TV show with this art style, but it doesn't look like we're ever going to get that, especially with the announcement that Sonic Prime is going to be 3D animation. I mean, above all, if we're going to get any Sonic 2D animated series, I'd want Yuji Uekawa to be the lead animator. My apologies if I completely just butchered that name, but he's the guy who normally does the official Sonic art. He's done lots of Sonic Channel art, and even some box arts for the Sonic the Hedgehog series, like Sonic Rush and amongst various other games. But let the record show, I'm extremely happy to be getting another Sonic cartoon in the first place. Even though I really would have wanted a 2D animated Sonic the Hedgehog series, I'm still extremely psyched we're getting a Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon in the first place. Whether it's 2D or 3D, I'm still going to be 100% watching this thing. But that's all the 2D anime intros I really wanted to talk about. Now I feel like it might be best to move on to two of my favorite 3D intros, starting with the Sonic Adventure DX intro. Now, as I said before, this opening is extremely chaotic, but I really do love its visuals. I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of the new Attack on Titan opening. But either way, there's a lot going on here, and because everything is happening so fast, there's certain things that can easily be missed or overlooked if just not watching closely. One of my favorite things that I noticed about this intro was at the 1 minute and 40 second mark, you can see a hieroglyphic of perfect chaos, in other words, the final boss. Now I think this is really cool because you can see this exact same hieroglyphic on Sonic's last level of his story in Sonic Adventure. The level is called Lost World. Now of course you won't be able to catch this until after you beat the game or at least beat this level, but I think this just adds so much more to this intro than at first glance. This intro also kinda spoils the final boss. Water is everywhere, characters are in distress, Tails is flying away from a building being destroyed looking afraid, Amy's looking up at the egg fleet, then you got our boy Sonic over there running into the heat of the action. I mean, after all, he is the only one who can take down Perfect Chaos, right? This opening just highlights the distress and how dire the situation is. It's chaotic in itself, and that's what makes it work so well. Now visually, this is one of the first times Sonic & Company have been animated in CG, and these models are an attempt to compare the game models in Sonic Adventure DX. They look pretty cool here too. I mean, I know the DX models get a lot of flack from the community of Sonic fans, but I definitely think the CG really works great. Now, to make things clear, I love Sonic Adventure, but this is not my favorite intro. It's cool, but I think the Riders one is done so much better, and I'm going to talk about another intro which I find much better as well. Now, I feel like this intro is not amongst my favorites is because it was only supposed to portray the most pivotal moments of the game by making you feel a sense of chaos. I feel like at first watch you were supposed to be invoked with a feeling of what just happened kind of feeling, and not saying it doesn't work, but I kind of just prefer the simplicity of Sonic Riders and the pacing of the final intro I'm going to talk about, Sonic Unleashed. In my opinion, Sonic Unleashed has the best intro of all Sonic games. Now, there is no bias here. Sonic Adventure is my all-time favorite Sonic game, but this intro just goes above and beyond in terms of quality. As far as quality goes, I could easily compare it to the likes of a Pixar feature film, and just to remind you, Sonic Unleashed came out in 2008, which means this opening officially dropped literally 13 years ago. This opening to this day looks flawless and is beloved by many in and out of the fanbase for good reason. What makes this opening so awesome is that, number one, it looks great, sets up a story for the game, showcases Sonic's abilities and personality, as well as telling us how he interacts with the main antagonist, Dr. Eggman. But I already kind of talked about the content, so let's first begin with talking about the visuals. So right when the opening begins, it pretty much already just showcases that we're going to be in space. So it's going to be dark, and much like the aforementioned Sonic Riders opening, it uses dark colors to its advantage. It uses the dark colors to make the brighter colors stand out. Contrast is one of the 12 principles of design, and the way Sonic Unleashed utilizes it, it draws emphasis to the scene. All in all, this opening is just really eye-catching. Another great thing to see here is that once again, Sonic speed is highlighted, but in a slightly different way than we've seen it before. In openings like Sonic Heroes and Sonic Adventure, they highlighted Sonic speed by having a motion blur. We can kind of see this happen with Sonic's shoes in both of these openings. However, Sonic Unleashed not only uses some sort of motion blur, but it also has Sonic leave behind a trail of blue as well as a trail of yellow after he becomes supersonic. This opening uses vibrant colors to catch your attention, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it works. Another example of this is when Sonic absolutely demolishes all of Eggman's machinery. The bright colorful explosions and the arrogant smile on Sonic's face still give me chills to this very day. But one of my favorite moments visually in this trailer is when Sonic becomes the Werehog. On one hand, we see Sonic getting electrocuted as his body becomes hairier and he sort of loses himself, and on the other hand, we see what is happening to the Earth. The Earth crumbles and is slowly being taken apart by Dark Gaia as Sonic is slowly losing himself and taking on another form we haven't seen before. From the way Sonic's speed is portrayed, the reflection of the planet off Eggman's glasses to the individual fur strands on Sonic's monstrous body showcase the talents of these animators as well as the time they put in. Speaking of time, the whole animation is about 6 minutes long with clever dialogue and great timely music, and in the end it leaves me wanting more. Of course, you can still watch the 12-minute Night of the Werehog animation made by Marza Studios, and it's honestly just flawless, and all it's kind of missing is dialogue, but personally I don't even really think it needs it. Only reason I say it doesn't need dialogue is because honestly this animation has so much character, and if you haven't seen it yet, please watch it, it's 100% worth your time. But anyway, the Sonic Unleashed opening combines all of my other favorite openings and just does it better. It takes the speed and fast-paced energy from the Sonic CD opening, the charm from the Sonic Riders opening, and the storytelling of the Sonic Adventure opening. It does all of that better, but so much more as well. This intro just never gets old, and if the new animated series Sonic Prime looks even a little bit close to this, then I'm instantly sold. But then again, like I said, I was going to watch Sonic Prime anyway, regardless if it looks like this or not. But anyway, there are tons of Sonic intros that are really amazing that I could have spent time to talk about, but I didn't want this video to become too long. Sonic the Hedgehog has 100% had his fair share of amazing openings. Whether it's great visuals, great character portrayal, or even just amazing music, it's really hard to miss any of these, and I kind of feel bad that I didn't talk about a lot of them in the video. For example, this was originally going to be a Sonic 06 opening video, yet I didn't even talk about it at all. And as well as that, I would have loved to talk about the Sonic Colors opening, the Mario Sonic Olympic Games opening, as well as like the Sonic Riders Zero Gravity intro. There's so much I really kind of left up for discussion, and if you guys want to see like a part 2 of this, I'm definitely down for it. I've never really been this analytical about an opening before, but my goodness, is it fun. It was really fun going back to rewatch all of these openings and just kind of relive what I once experienced as a child. But of course, I'm more analytical than I once was before. Nevertheless, if there's a Sonic intro you want me to talk about, please let me know down in the comments down below, and maybe I'll even whip up a part 2 or something like that. Let me know if you want to see a part 2 down below, and thanks again so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite intro is down in the comment section, because again, I missed a lot, and I would love to just kind of talk about it and see what you guys have to say about your favorite intros in the comments down below. But anyway, this is your boy SONICSTA signing out. If you're new here, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps me out a ton. But anyway, this is your boy SONICSTA signing out. Peace.
Why are you playing that trash?